Okay, so here's the kidney. The capsule, let me stop. The capsule has been removed, the fibrous capsule. This is the layer that I was talking about. This is the cortex, shown here. Once you start to see the pyramids, this is the medulla. So these pyramids are kind of out of shape, but this one kind of looks like a pyramid, this one right here.
Okay.
So this is going to be one renal pyramid. This region of the kidney is called the renal pelvis. And actually this one is nice because they left the arteries intact. So you can see these are the segmental arteries. So you'd have the renal artery come in and it splits into segmental arteries. This artery going here would represent an interlobar artery. Everywhere that you see yellow here is going to represent, of course, urine, and most of that is found basically it's all found in the renal pelvis area of the kidney. Everything up here that's blue and red represents the cortical radiate arteries and veins, so those are the only blood vessels that are found in the cortex. In between the pyramids, you can see, in this case, this is a small renal column. This would be another renal column. This would be a renal column, and here would be a renal column. And also over here would be a renal column. Here you can see an interlobar vein, and again, once it comes behind to the base of the pyramid, it would now be called an arcuate vein. And this is actually an arcuate artery shown here, that small artery right there, which they left intact. That's an arcuate artery. So yeah, that's pretty much what you need to know. Cortex, renal medulla, renal pelvis. Oh, and also this right here represents a calyx. So remember, you have a minor calyx, which is kind of the funnel underneath the renal pyramid. So that's shown here. You're always going to see like kind of these deposits of urine because that's what they're collecting. So this is a minor calyx, excuse me. Together, this region over here would represent a major calyx because it's draining several pyramids and it's several minor calyces coming
just
together.
outline in a major calyx?
Right here. This whole thing
Okay.
would be a major calyx. So all the white is basically calyces merging together. So that's what that is. So one directly beneath the renal pyramid would be a minor. If you go a little further into the renal pelvis, basically all of these down here are going to be major calyces. And you can definitely see that on a model. Can you grab me that one, Ellie? I'm not going to touch this one, but place it right there. Thank you. So on here, and I'll use the other side of this. This is a minor calyx here. So you see how it's one underneath one pyramid?
Mm-hmm.
This region right here is going to be a major calyx because you have 1, 2, 3 minor calyces merging together. So that's a major. Also on here you can see the renal papillae. So you see those little holes underneath each renal pyramid. That's where you have basically your collecting ducts are all funneling out through those holes, those pores, and they drain into the minor calyx. So that's what those holes are for. So yeah.
Can you point to the pores again?
Do you see, this is like a renal pyramid has been removed here, so you can see the pores actually in the calyx. So that's what that's talking about. So that's part. All of this is considered renal papillae. And here you can see the blood vessels. So you have renal artery, segmental artery. This would represent interlobar.